So what happens with the elimination method when the numbers in front of the x and y are not the same or are not opposites? So this would be step 2 in those 6 steps. What do? Well, we multiply one or both of the equations by some number so that they will be the same. So looking at this first one here, if I took this equation times 3, then the x's would have the same number. If I took the first equation times -3, they'd have opposites. The second equation, the y, I could take this one times 3 or -3 to make those the same or opposites. So all we have to do is actually multiply one or both of the equations by a number, so make them the same. So with this, I'm going to multiply this first equation, I'm going to multiply it by -3. I like to make them opposites so that I don't have to worry about that subtraction issue. Now, off to the side of that, I'm going to distribute this through. Do not forget, when you are distributing, that's plus 9y. The most common mistake is people forget to distribute that -3 through to the other number. So -3 times 24 is -72. This one I'm just going to bring over. So 3x plus y equals 12. Now my numbers are opposites. I can add the two equations together. -3x plus 3x is the 0x's that I'm after. 9y plus y is 10y. -72 plus 12 is -60. Divide by the 10, the y equals -6. There's half of my solution. Plug it back into the first one, the second one, or the new one, and you'll have your answer. I'm going to choose this. So 3x, again, it doesn't matter which one, plus my y is -6 equals 12. Solving that, that's 3x minus 6 equals 12. Add 6 to both sides. 3x equals 18. Divide by 3. X equals 6. Plug it back in to the two original equations to make sure it's correct. We are good. Here's one for you to try. 4x plus 3y equals 21. 5x plus 2y equals 21. Actually, I'll get you started at the first step of this one. So, this is like fractions if you think of these as denominators in lowest common denominator. So one way, you look, what should I make? Well, for x's, what's the smallest number that 4 and 5 would have in common? The answer is 20. For y's, the answer is 6. Here's a little trick that always works, because I know some of you are not real great with your multiplication facts. So, one method that always works is to multiply both equations by a number, and we just flip-flop. So if I want the x's to disappear, I'm going to take the first equation times the 5. I'm going to take the second equation times the 4. And I'm going to do negative so that they're opposites. That always works. Bring your coefficient down, your coefficient up. Distributing the 5, I have 20x plus 15y equals 5 times 21 is 105. Distributing the negative 4, I have a negative 20x, negative 8y, and negative 84. Now, we can add our two equations together, and they will disappear. You pause and finish from here. Hopefully you've finished this one out. The 20x plus the negative 20x is 0. I'm adding. 15 plus negative 8 is 7y's. 105 plus negative 84 is positive 21. Divide by 7, y equals 3. There's half of my answer. Plugging that into one of the originals, 4x plus 3, and in place of the y, I know my y is 3. 4x plus 9 equals 21. Subtract 9 from both sides. 4x equals 12. Dividing by 4, x equals 3. Plug it in, check your answer. You will find that it is correct. Last problem, you pause and you do it on your own. Here we go. 8x plus 4y equals 12. 3y plus 7x equals 10. When you look at that, hopefully something is jumping out at you right away. That is, the x and y are flipped around. Well, the first thing we have to do is fix that. So 7x plus 3y equals 10. 8x plus 4y equals 12. Had to fix that first. Now, solve this problem. Pause the video and do it. Hopefully you've come up with your answer. I'm going to multiply both equations. I can either use the 8 down here and the 7 up here, or I can use the 4 down here and the 3 up here. 3 and 4 are smaller numbers. I'm going to use those. Bringing the 3 up, bringing the 4 down, and I'm going to make it negative. Distributing the 3. 24x plus 12y equals 36. Distributing the negative 4. Negative 28x, negative 12y, negative 40. They're opposites. Add them together. 24 plus negative 28 is negative 4x. That's 0. 12 plus negative 12. Make sure you check that to make sure you're adding and subtracting right. 36 plus negative 40, negative 4. Divide by negative 4, x equals positive 1. There's half of my solution. To find the second half, plug it back in. I'll plug it in the first. 8 times 1 plus 4y equals 12. Subtract 8 from both sides. Divide by 4. Y equals 1. There's my second half. Plug it in. We're good. We're good. Problem checked. Hopefully you understand the elimination method. Have fun with your homework. Practice.